None of that.
What claims look like.
Okay. You ready? All right, so we don't have a quorum. We're not gonna take any action on the items, but we are gonna have a meeting, so skip down to 7.0 reports to the committee. She has,
Did you skip public
You
comment?
did.
oh, public comment, I'm sorry,
Where would you like me to go?
wherever you would like to go, right here is fine.
I have no idea who you are,
I'm Nicole Baker, nice to meet you.
and you're,
I
Board
sit right
member?
over here, yep.
all right, I'm not sure who the man was that was sitting over here. Was there another
I
one?
was probably sitting here and Brian,
Yep.
Steve Frick?
or Steve Frick,
Steve Frick sat there.
yeah.
Okay.
So you have 3 minutes, state your name.
Oh, well, I have two issues. Will I be allowed 3 minutes for each issue?
Total
Think
care.
just.
Huh?
3 minutes total.
I
Once you
haven't
state your
started it
name.
yet, yeah.
Let's put notes out.
All right, well, we'll skip through it. Could you confirm on my phone here? Shoot. The date and time of this picture, May 12th, 2024, 11:18 a.m.
Yep.
Thank you.
Ready? Yep.
Yeah. In this packet, there's a photo taken up by me on May 12th, 2024, showing no junipers planted on the Zimmerman North Solar site next door to me. As you read the email dated April 23rd, 2025 from Beth Henning to Carl Larson, you'll see she inaccurately states evergreens have been planted for over a year. No evergreens. The email also speaks of swapping out the existing trees and payment of costs to do so. On May 11th, 2025, Harrison Street, employee emailed Beth Henning, which states he received costs and landscaping plans, secret undocumented phone conversations, then began with no more emails on the subject. And whichever man was sitting there, I wanted to thank him for his effort looking up the junipers prior to last meeting. And he acknowledged that junipers attract rodents such as squirrels. They also attract rats. And if you all have a minute, if you could look up Japanese junipers, that is the exact species that's planted next door to me, you'll see how toxic they are. And to the man, no, my livestock and pets do not go over there. The wind does blow strong, mainly from the south, and I'm downwind. Every part of those shrubs has a very high chance of ending up along my pasture fences, same as the corn and soybean leaves and pieces have for 31 years. I'm gonna skip through some of this. You'll have a copy. Reference a stack of solar panels abandoned at the site over a year ago. Can you positively say they are not damaged in any way? Common sense dictates if they were usable, they wouldn't still be lying there amongst weeds. Should we ever have a major weather event, will they become 72-pound frisbees? Another email from Robert Mack to Beth Henning, September 2022, where he states the solar layout has become 13 acres and extends outside of the 24-acre area. 10.23 acres is what was approved under special use by the ZBA and the county board in March of 2018. How did a new ZBA hearing not have to be held? How was this not approved? And this is the area where the stacked panels, wire, and cargo trailer are sitting. December 13th, 2018, ZBA hearing director Terry Groves stated special use permits expire after 2 years and a new permit would have to be applied for. So the Zimmerman hearings also in 2018 should have fallen under that same ruling. Skip some more. And in 3 minutes,
Yeah.
that's impossible. Yeah, I'd like to request an actual meeting, or how do I go about talking as long as like the guy with the bicycles last month? Or anybody else that comes here,
It would be an agenda item.
and how do I go about doing that?
Still have to get approval from the oversight chair to have it placed on the agenda, which is Steve Frick.
Which is Steve Frick, so I call him and ask,
Yes.
okay, can I, you do this stuff, right? Could you send that packet to everybody? A copy,
Okay with that, yeah.
however you do that? And then also, since I can't ask questions about the quarry, we're waiting to hear from Beth as far as what the attorney in Rockford has to say about a ZBA hearing, or even if there's an ordinance that's already up and running for the recycling of asphalt and cement. I've spoken with three EPA persons. One called today and said Zach has not applied for that water permit he was supposed to apply for. And I also said other issues were not spoken about, so there's more agencies within the agency that are now involved. And maybe we can start getting some answers, but Beth, have you heard anything from the lawyer from Rockford?
I have not. It's not been a month, I'm sorry, it's been a week since I've contacted him. He has to contact me. And then I get in touch with him and we talk about it. I have not heard from him. I'm not playing games. I'm getting you the information as soon as I get the information. My days, from the time I get there to the time I leave, I could stay after work every day. We are so busy. It's not just with the solar farm. It's not just with the quarry. He is in his limitations of what he can do according to our code. He has the right to do what he's doing until the EPA shuts him down. I can't do any of that, unfortunately. He's had the special use since the 70s. He has to get his fence up. I'm checking in on a type of fence for him. That's all I can do. I can't just shut someone down because he doesn't have the EPA information. I can't do that. He is abiding by the code that we have.
If he hasn't done
Should be discussing.
any of the things you told him to do,
Gotta be done now, Karen.
and this is right.
Did you want his originals back?
Talk to Steve
Now, those are
Frick,
copies,
Okay.
thank you.
talk to Steve Frick and see if he can get you on the agenda, okay?
Well, and if he can't, then what's the next step?
Public comment, 3 minutes, there's no back and forth.
But nothing has happened for 2 years
Sure,
doing
we're
it
done.
this
We'll
way.
move on to the next part of the agenda.
Okay.
7.0 reports to the committee. 7.1 Greater Freeport Partnership.
All right, good evening. I'm gonna start and distribute some Illinois investment guides. This is put out by what was formerly known as Intersect Illinois. They have renamed themselves, so their title actually corresponds and tells people what they do. It's Illinois Economic Development Corporation, I believe. On page 68, which you will see, that's where there is a packet of paper stuck in there, is an ad that we placed highlighting Stephenson County in our food manufacturing. So trying to draw some attention to Northwest Illinois. These are yours to keep. If you know of any other people who would like more copies of these, we have more in our office. My report, I will not go through everything that's in this report tonight, but I'm just going to highlight a few things, but this is for your information. And then I will make sure Beth has this electronically because there are some links in the electronic version that will give you more information. But similar to what we talked about last month, I'm still waiting for the full jobs report for August. We saw 1,300 unique job postings in July, 315 employers competing, and around $32 an hour for our median salary. Top companies and top occupations seem to be pretty consistent. An unemployment rate ticked up a little bit both in Stephenson County and Freeport. Moving on. In the past month, we were able to get out and to visit 11 different businesses. Some conversations I had, I'll just highlight Morris Group, who's headquartered here. They've developed their own kind of talent recruitment program. They have a lot of high school students and college students that are interested in engineering. And so they call it say you want to be an engineer program. It's really mainly out of their Janesville location or their North Rockford, right along the state line. They have, that's where most of their R&D and manufacturing happens. So we connected those with Freeport High School, so hopefully they will be doing some job shadowing there. But they found it to be very successful to get young kids kind of to see what careers in Morse Group have. Again, they have many different companies within Morse Group, but electrical engineering is a huge facet of what they do. I also had an opportunity to visit with Rosecrans. They will be doing some expansion at their current site, the building footprint within the existing building footprint. But I thought kind of an astounding, their footprint, Rosecrans service area, I should say, is rather large into Chicago, all the way to, I think they've purchased another facility over into Iowa. 30% of their crisis calls within their entire network come from Stephenson County. That was pretty astounding to me. I did not know that that was so significant here. And many people on their crisis team live in Freeport or Stephenson County. So I guess that is fortuitous, but unfortunately that call volume is still pretty high. Moving on, business climate survey, just highlighting some of the results. Basically what we saw is business owners felt that the overall health of their business was better than it was in our fall survey. And they felt like the overall US economy, their sentiment on that really kind of matched the national sentiment. We're benchmarking this against the US Chamber of Commerce. We're asking the same questions so we can correlate. Unfortunately, that optimism was not shared about the economy locally. 15% of Stephenson County respondents rated our local economy positively versus 41 of our national respondents rated their local economy. So, and similarly, workforce and talent management were cited as the top roadblocks for business success here locally. That's informed a lot of our work, which I'll continue to highlight as we go through the report. One of the things kind of upcoming that we have to highlight and connect entrepreneurs, real estate agents, people looking for space is a downtown unlocked event. This will be happening this Thursday, starting at 4 p.m. We'll have some kind of brief opening remarks at Stephenson County or Stephenson Street, where the future pocket park will be. And then it is a self-guided tour of 10 vacant spaces in throughout downtown. All of those spaces, there will be someone there to tell you more about the space, more about the building, and there will be some pictures of what the space could look like, kind of conceptual pictures of a business or an operation that could happen in that locale, as well as maybe some floor plans that are mocked up. So we've had a positive, encouraging response in the number of people who have registered, but please feel free to come on down. It is self-guided in terms of if you want to stop at a couple locations, you don't have to attend all of them. We will be talking with HR representatives about retention and recruitment and multi-generational workplace. This is kind of a twofold presentation talking about the partnerships effort in workforce retention and recruitment. So there's more information later in the report talking about our marketing to get people to come here to live in Stephenson County, and how we are targeting them. But then one of the other things that we are trying to support our employers is offering recruitment packets. The employer does a great job of selling their company, their culture, but we want to help you sell the community. And what we will be happy to do if you're looking to recruit kind of a top level exec, other employees, is to do community tours. Nicole just did one this afternoon, taking around some new deans from Highland Community College and introducing them to some personnel. Georgia, you met with a couple.
Mm-hmm.
They went to a couple of different banks and City Hall. So it was a good morning, and it was a great way for just, I think, those people to feel like there's more friendly faces and to get connected. So we're happy to do that for someone who's a new hire, but someone who you're looking to prospect as well. We know how important it is to try to sell the community as well. Another business topic we see a lot, understanding and avoiding fraud. And this will be open to all businesses. They're welcome to attend. And we will be kind of wrapping up the month with a real estate roundtable. We continue with Midland CEO Entrepreneurship Program. I know I've talked with you guys about that before. Our board has been formed. We approved bylaws at our last meeting. We're moving forward with kind of outlining business partners to introduce this program to, and it will probably result in October holding an event so we can try to introduce the program to as many businesses as possible at one time. We continue to look at Alberta's airport and the prospect of how the airport could be more of an economic asset to the region, evaluating a grant program from EDA, as well as looking at a newer program, the Rural and Tribal Assistance Program. The one thing that's nice about that is there's no cost share, there's no local match. So evaluating those two opportunities. Moving on, kind of specifically in economic development, we continue to have conversations with the data center in ComEd, looking at a small data center here in downtown. Woody Plastics, who we had worked with, they were able to secure a redevelopment agreement with the city of Freeport. And I just met with Joe Woody this afternoon. They have started to move dirt to put a new foundation. They will be putting a new building. And hope to have that done before the end of the year. They're looking to expand and they need more storage space. They're just pretty tight within their existing building. We continue to work with the city of Freeport, a building owner in downtown and a local architecture firm that will be doing some conceptual design study of a significant building in downtown. We were able to secure the building owner to pay for that proposal fee from the architect. So they'll start with a building scan so they can understand the existing footprint of the building and they'll go from there. We continue to work with the state of Illinois in site readiness and some landowners along Lamb Road to move that project forward. And a utility company that was looking for a new building and vehicle yard has presented a letter of intent to a property owner. Negotiations ongoing. We continue to work with multiple companies. I hope to have had requests to you tonight to move a enterprise zone boundary amendment application request forward from AutoSmart. That's still in the works, but we continue to have conversations with New Astro Queso, Pro Valley Farms, and two communities, three, Lena, German Valley, and Freeport are all looking at utilizing the enterprise zone to help facilitate residential growth. There's a lot of information in here. I've talked a lot about, we've already talked about the downtown unlocked. One of the other things that I just want to highlight, and you can spread the word, we do distribute postcards to any new resident in Stephenson County through Deed List. They get a postcard. And we offer a couple of things to drop off a bag, kind of a welcome bag into the area with information. And we offer to meet with them if they'd like to meet and learn more. Or they can just, if they're not interested in that, they can just enjoy the freebies and learn more about what's happening in the area. So that has been well received. And we continue to do that program. We're trying to connect to make sure employers know, as well as school districts, other areas, other people who know when there's more people coming into the arena. Just a lot. What questions do you have?
I wasn't going because of what you said.
No, are you all right? Any questions I can ask? And I know there's a lot in here I didn't really touch upon, but I know I don't talk a lot about the events that we do and some of the promotions, so I just want to give an opportunity for you to learn more about that if you have questions.
Dale?
No,
See
I'm okay.
Scott?
Enterprise zone, is it Savencia that we approved last? What is New Astro Queso up to?
New Astro Queso is holding tight right now in terms of they don't have plans for expansion, I think yet this year or maybe next year. But they purchased a bunch of land around them that isn't in the enterprise zone. And so they're doing that to have the footprint, to have the area to expand. So what I would like to do that's directly adjacent to their existing property that is in the enterprise zone, to basically expand the enterprise zone so that they could, everything they own would be in the enterprise zone then.
Any update home? the Village of German Valley and their request?
I'm going to need to work with them to expand. We need to add a unit of government. So we'll be looking at the village itself and Forest School District. So if those move ahead positively, there's some thresholds we need to make to meet in terms of showing that it's a depressed area. But I think they kind of look at not necessarily just the area of German Valley, they consider what's already in the enterprise zone as well. So it's just working through that process. I am in the process of interviewing for the development services manager position, which I'm looking forward to hire because there will be a lot of enterprise zone work. So having another person on staff or being fully staffed will be very helpful.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Very well.
Moving on to 7.2, the zoning department. Williams.
The month of August, we deposited $8,716.80. Total to date to the general fund is $57,963.50. In August, Nicole and I met with Chad Ekman from the IBEW. He likes to discuss any new commercial builds potential in the county. Then the next week, we met with Zach Holycross from the IBEW to discuss any solar projects or potential solar projects coming within the county. I have received word back from Nancy Sisson and Jake Ott with the IEPA in response to my questions on the quarry on Fairview Road. Ms. Sisson stated she believed the Bureau of Land is okay with the hauling in concrete and asphalt for recycling because the owner does not intend to use it as fill. Mr. Ott echoed what Ms. Sisson had stated. He also stated that they have been in touch with the owner about the alleged unpermitted filling going on in the quarry. Mr. Ott stated two materials, concrete and asphalt, were definitely separated and there was a crusher and rebar taken out in a pile. The owner was informed by Mr. Ott that if there was any material ever brought in for fill, such as soil, asphalt, concrete, brick, etc., he would then need to apply for a CCDD permit, and that's a clean construction demolition debris permit. One of the property violations in Scioto Mills has finally been closed. We are now going to be focusing on the other property in Scioto Mills. We met with the owner and the former owner of the Fairview Quarry to discuss any potential issues and what he is allowed to do. And then that same day or next afternoon, I spoke with an adjacent landowner of the quarry and solar. I received 2 FOIAs this month. One for information on permits to the Zimmerman North site, and the second requested information on all building permits and contractors for the year of 2024. Without our software that we have right now, that last one for all building permits and contractors for the year of 2024 would have been weeks, would have taken us weeks. So we got that done in the allotted 5 days with the software, which was very good. Nicole and I met with John Zimmer to discuss his potential e-bike business. We attended court as we had an ordinance violation that Nicole and I didn't feel would be a good fit for the administrative hearing officer. The next date is in September. If we cannot work out agreement with the property owner, I think we have an agreement. This was for a gentleman that had a small 4-wheeler track in his side yard that he made. Unfortunately, he made a track. If he weren't making a track and just had the kids riding, it would have been okay. But since there's a visible track, he had to be issued a citation. He didn't listen to his first letter to stop him. So we think we have that settled. We'll have to see. We have issued 5 violation letters in the month of August, and we closed 4 of them, 4 of the old ones. There are still 10 open, including with the 5 new. 1 violation has been issued a final demand prior to being forwarded to the administrative hearing officer. I have attended 2 webinars this month on solar by the University of Illinois and 1 on our software system. And this month was very busy with many walk-ins and outside inspections. Nicole and I both completed approximately 28 inspections over the month. And that's just, we counted it as 1 trip, not the multiple trips we have to make sometimes to each site. I did speak with a potential inspector. He will be contacting me early next week, which he actually contacted to me today, and I have an appointment with him. Is it tomorrow or Wednesday at 1 p.m. So fingers crossed that we get this inspector because we need it for 2 homes. I've also been made aware of an individual who was hauling in waste and then burning that waste. He has been a frequent flyer with the EPA. I've been kind of told to let the EPA handle the case because this individual is, they don't want us really dealing with him on that, I should say. They have to have sheriffs go with them at the same time. He's not a very, he's a well-known, I don't know what word to use, person that has some mental issues, I guess you should say, and I've been told not to correspond. And the EPA will get this taken care of, so. And that's all I have. It was a very busy month.
Sounds like it should be.
Yes. Sorry, it was so long.
I figured, Scott, do you have any questions?
How long are we giving the EPA to deal with this?
Well, he won't listen to me anyways. He just won't, and
Is he breaking the law?
yeah, he's hauling in garbage
So
and
why are
burning
we
it.
having him arrested?
That's a good question, because anything I send to the sheriff's office, the deputies pretty much chuckle, and so does the judge. That's why we have the hearing
So
officer.
you need a judge to arrest him.
We can't have them, they won't arrest him, they'll issue a citation and that's it.
Illegal dumping?
Citation.
It's a citation, that's all it
Are they
is.
issuing citations?
Hesitantly,
I'd like more information on it. Where is he dumping?
at his property
Just where?
on Dublin Road.
By Pearl City, somewhere out that way?
I believe so, yeah. It's off of, I don't know how far down
So
it
it's not
is.
illegal dumping, it's just illegal.
He's hauling it in and
disposal.
dumping it and then
As a
leaving it and
business?
then, I don't know honestly. I just have photos from an adjacent landowner that
Just don't drill people tradition.
honestly, I don't know. He just has pictures that we scanned off, contacted the EPA. They were been aware of it. They've dealt with this gentleman previously.
Who is it?
The gentleman that's in trouble,
Yeah.
Larry Rosemeyer.
I know Larry Meyer. No of them. Also back to the solar, if I may continue. Do you have emails from the IEPA? What you were reading? Corey.
Court, yeah.
Can you forward those to us, please? Maybe the whole committee. That'd be great.
Yep, I could do that.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Not at the moment.
Okay, do you have any questions, Brenda? Okay, moving on. 3.0 soil and water recreation, our district, that is Steve. I don't have anything that. 7.4 recreation and trails. Do you have anything?
That is anything new. Mr. Zimmer was at our last meeting again. And I think, between city and Orangeville, he's got a permit for him now, so they were gonna deliver that to him today, I believe. $25 a year for the permit to do business on or around the trail. And I think he's still working on insurance. That's a big setback for him. Other than that, nothing.
All right, 7.5 Blackhawk Hills. Do you have anything from them? No?
I do not.
Nothing new since last month when Mr. Payat was here.
Okay, 7.6 chairman report. Nope. 7.7 facility maintenance. I think
It was attached. I do have an update. Wally contacted me Saturday afternoon that the concrete pad was poured Saturday. He sent me pictures, so if anyone's interested, I can forward them.
For the bench.
So it has been poured and it was setting, so.
okay.
I'm sorry, man.
Yep.
Any update beyond what he's provided in his report about the Kent Monument?
The updates from the recommendations of the liability. I haven't talked to him specifically about that, but I know Ms. Williams has. And I don't believe he has gotten all of those things accomplished yet.
No, he needs to take the slide down still. Something about the roof in the sandbox, correct?
There's roofing nails
Right.
sticking through. Being an awfully tall kid.
Right, that's what he had said. I do know the issues down at Bobtown have been taken care of. The gravel's been placed where I went out and took pictures again just on a weekend, just for a drive, and if I may, I'm sorry. There were, where it would wash out in front of the walkways for the fishing piers, that's been refilled in and gravelled. What else was
It
there?
was trip hazard.
Yeah, there
The
was,
broken plank on the pier.
right, that was fixed.
It's fixing all this.
This last time for the gravel and such was Cody Wickman, Mr. Rummers fixed the other things he can, so. That's all been taken care of, so all the liability issues, I believe, I will double check tomorrow, have been taken care of at Bobtown.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. 7.8 and 7.9 are from the strategic planning groups. I don't have anything on there. Old business, 8.1, discussion of possible expansion of Kent Monument. I know Mr. Frick was working on that. We got nothing on that.
I did drive by there the other day and look at it, and that is not something I would vote to be a part of. It's just a big wooded area that would take all kinds of preparation and maintenance and so, but that's, I talked to Mr. Frick a little bit about it Friday night, but I would definitely vote against it. It's just a big wooded mess, and it wouldn't do anything for the park. The park is in pretty good shape, except the display.
And I know
That
he
needs
had
to be-
reached out to, I believe,
Nicole, maybe,
Nicole was working.
Looking for Lincoln, because it's had a looking for Lincoln plaque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, that's really all I have on the expansion.
Okay. 8.2, we can't do anything with that one.
Could review it.
Okay.
Is there any change from last month?
it's the same.
So we can't.
Economic development, we didn't present last month. There's no change in it from last year. It's the same as it was. I don't think there's anything else really to add about that other than status quo.
So basically all these will go to the full board.
Yes.
Okay, they'll go to finance and then. All right. So new business, 9.1. Can't make any action, but can you give us information on it?
Of course.
Of course.
Okay, I'll make it quick. This is for Greco Energy Solutions, Brinkmeyer Solar. There are 7 adjacent landowners and not one has objected. This is for 22.9 acres of a 38.5 parcel, 4.99 megawatt AC. Everything's okay with the AMA that they sent in and following all state statute.
Any questions? Nope. 9.2, review and approval of the proposal FY 26 budget recreation and.
That was not on the agenda last month, so we made sure we got it on there, but I believe there's still some work that needs.
Yeah, there's some
to be
work
done
that we need to
before we
discuss.
Look at, I mean, not that we can approve tonight anyway.
Let's talk about them.
The one I wanted to discuss was if we needed to add any extra funds for the potential expansion of Kent Monument. That would need to be put into the budget this year if we do. I'm thinking about deactivating the mowing line. I know Adrian and I were gonna talk about that quick at some point in time, I believe. And if that can be deactivated, I was going to put it up into the miscellaneous expense fund. To add 2,000 there from the 1,000. I did drop Brewster's Landing by 500. And I did up all Veterans Memorial to 1,000 because that's what we were in 2024. And the rates I see are going up. So I just figured we'd go up to 1,000 just to be safe. So we're actually up only 5.6%, 0.6%, if the increase is correct. Any questions?
I would make on the comment about the Jane Addams Trail fee. That's, it was 16.5 and they went up at the 20. I would say we don't do that. But my recommendation would be to leave it 16.5. Due to the budget strengths. So that would be my recommendation.
Scott, you raised your hand, you have.
Well, I have I guess, a question. Why are we deactivating the mowing line, but just putting those dollars in the miscellaneous?
In case there is, well, mowing actually comes out of the, facilities
So
management.
Wally hasn't been charging the mowing to each fund line since his hours are paid for out of the facilities.
Sure. Why are you putting dollars for that, if I understood you correctly, in miscellaneous?
Just in case we have that line item. In case something goes over on another budget in this, that's there,
It's like a contingency, is
yes.
that what you wanted?
I mean, I would almost say it's unnecessary a little bit, just because if anything goes over, that's allowed as long as the general funded as a whole
Sure.
doesn't go over. So we do usually have the capacity to absorb something of that size.
Okay. So remove that.
I know it's minimal.
No, that's
Yeah,
why
I
we
think
needed to
it's
discuss it.
gonna make-
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I discuss something on my budget real quick? I know we're kind of past that.
Sure.
Real quick, since we're talking about mowing, just brought a light into my head, if these places aren't going to be mowed, like if the 26 North does not mow, we get a court order that we have to go in and mow.
These houses, correct?
Yes,
Okay, sorry.
we'll need some kind of fund that will pay an individual to go and take care of these properties.
Oh,
I know it's not, we don't need to discuss now, somebody can, I can,
there aren't that many currently, correct?
right,
Yeah, I'm just off the top of my head, I'm just thinking that's something that we put on Wally's plate. Cause it's all, now, bear with me here, this is only in the way I look at it, if we're gonna mow it. You're gonna take it down to the dirt almost, you're not gonna have to mow it every week.
no, you're gonna have to mow it, and like the place north of town is going to need a lot of weed care. Like to cut it all down and remove it from the site, we can't
And
leave
we're
it.
not gonna do something, so if there's, it's county people.
Right, right,
It's- Saying that we shouldn't have dollars set aside for that, I just don't know. Can you look into it a little bit further and somewhat estimate based on historical numbers of homes that you would have mowed? I mean, we didn't do it this year, we didn't do it last year.
right. I'd say there's probably 5 to 10 a year.
Really?
Mhm. This year's been, yeah, last year was terrible. I
Just
finally got
homes
the,
not being mowed, but they're vacant or they're occupied?
occupy, both, yeah, both.
I think it's broader discussions. I personally have a problem mowing somebody's yard that they're occupying just because they want to. I think there's gonna be, there's gonna be this big issue. And I'm not sure what it is.
No, I'm not either, that's why I brought it up. I can reach out to the city and see how they do it, but I know they go in and mow.
I wanna say, at least when I was on the city council, they put some sort of a lien on the property.
Right,
But
You-
that doesn't solve the short term.
right, you hire someone to go mow. You have to pay that person, and then that lien that you've paid them goes on to the deed, so. I mean, the money has to come from somewhere. Yeah, that's the whole thing, and like with I hate to open up a whole can of worms,
Wait,
I know, but the house in Scioto Mills, if we get that deemed dangerous and it has to be demoed. And they don't demo it, who's gonna demo it?
that's different than mow.
Right, but that's things we all
We
need to
would
look
be able to
into.
mow that house instead of mills anyway.
Right.
Let's talk about it,
Okay, thank you, sorry.
please.
See, can I ask that you not cut funds from
Okay.
Brewster Landing?
Can
I don't know if I can ask a
you
question.
can't, not in the middle of a meeting.
Oh, you asked if there was any questions, my bad.
No.
Nine. 9.3, approval of iWord Q service. I know we can't speak on that as well.
This is just to update, you're fine, our, a new contract to add a online billing portion where they can come in, they can pay for their, building permit applications on this portal. We get so many people now calling in, well, can I just do it on iWork? No, that's the city of Freeport, you can't do it on ours. It would save a lot of time for the people that wanna do it, for our solar companies that are the residential, not the major ones. Things like that, they don't have to email us and say, hey, we're sending one in, can you, type thing, so. And this year it would be 3,000, we're gonna go $750, and then the total amount would be 10,250 annually, and like before, it comes out of the trust fund.
So the increase is the 37.50.
Yeah.
Questions?
Oh, so good idea to me.
Scott?
What's this for again? Code enforcement?
It's code enforcement and, our building permit applications and processing online. We're not gonna do code enforcement right now until Nicole and I get a handle on the code enforcement items we have as it is, because we think this will open up a whole can of worms. With just being the two of us in office, we get plenty of them calling in all the time. So this would just be, if you wanted to do a building permit, you would go online like the people in City of Freeport do. They go to the iWork, they type in their address, what type of building permit they would like, they send in their plans. Then we review it, they can pay for it online, they can get their permit online, and they're good to go.
State's attorney looked at this yet.
It's been sent to him.
So any of these action items probably need to go to finance.
Okay.
Okay, any further questions? 10.0 adjournment.
I have a question. Brewster's Landing, you're looking at cutting that?
Yes.
Can you talk about that real quick?
The fund is never used, there is. Let's see, can we find it? There's always been. Let's see, in 24, there was 2,500 used. 2,500 allotted, there was $141 used.
Or electricity?
I'm assuming so, yes. And the budget was 1,500 for 2025, we've used nothing out of the budget yet.
Do you have anything for 23, 23?
I do not know. I'm assuming it was in that same price range and nothing was ever done. We never mowed there even. They did not really want us to mow out there. Word of mouth said, we've got it, it's fine the way it is.
Township or?
The area residents that use it.
I use it.
So Wally's been mowing it, which is great, I'm assuming. But so I was going to, let's see.
Is it the ridge or anything out there? We should pick up?
I don't believe so. So right now there is, actually my apologies, there was $13 this month taken out. So I'm bringing it down to 2,000 from 2,500. That's the only, we're dropping at 500.
Can we get 5 all hands mowing, please?
Oh, he is.
Oh, I thought you said you assumed.
No, he is.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he's been mowing that.
Okay, so with electric,
Mhm.
mowing. As far as we know, no garbage,
Correct.
no dumpsters or anything
No.
like that out there.
No,
And the dock is maintained by.
there is no dock at Brewster's.
Okay,
Put it down.
so anything from Friends of the Pack out there?
No,
Okay,
nope.
all right. That's all the questions I have. Thank you for accommodating.
All right, motion to adjourn.
No
Oh,
motion.
Okay, have a good evening.
You too.